Well, a very frustrating game for us. A lot of credit goes to Florida Gulf Coast, the way they shot the three, outscoring us by 30 points from the three-point line. But with Chris Likes out and then Cam Auguste pulling a hamstring early in the game, we had really no backcourt, not only no backcourt starters, but no subs, and had to use Anthony Walker totally as a three-man when he's normally been playing the four. Matt Cross really couldn't function. His right arm has been bothering him for the last 10 days, and because of that, he's not been able to shoot the ball, and he's been very hesitant to shoot the ball because of the pain that it causes. So we ended up going with a lineup of Harlan Beverly, Isaiah Wong, Anthony Walker, Nasir Brooks, and Dan Gak for a major portion of the second half. And quite frankly, that team has never played together, and we just didn't shoot the ball well at all. It was more about the inefficiency of our offense than it was our defense.
Our first question will come from Steve Wine.
Jim, how did you feel about the quality of the three-point shots you were getting?
Well, I think what's happened to us mentally is when we miss a few shots, guys hesitate. And when you're a shooter, it's basically like tying your shoe. You don't think about it. You just tie your shoe and move on. With shooting, it's the same way. If you start thinking about, should I shoot it, shouldn't I shoot it, then it's very hard to make that shot. Shooting is rhythm, and catching it in rhythm and shooting in rhythm is the key to making them. So right now, we've got nobody making threes. You know, after the other night, we went 1 for 17. We were again 1 for 17 with a minute to go. We ended up 3 for 19 only because Isaiah Wong made 2 threes in a row in the last minute. So you can't be that inefficient from the three-point line. And, you know, we anticipated them zoning us, but we anticipated us shooting the ball better than we did the other night.
Our next question will come from Chris Stock.
How much is this a concern for you, the shooting? Obviously, you didn't shoot well last year from three. Just moving forward, how concerned are you?
I'm really more concerned about our health. So we're playing a game without Chris Likes, without Earl Timberlake, without Sam Wardenberg. Matt Cross is out, only can play a short period of time. Cam Auguste goes out. That's 5 of our 11 scholarship players. You know, we have one guy sitting out, Elijah, and so that's 6 of our 12-man scholarship team. That's half our team on the sideline. It's very, very hard to function offensively when you have so few guys, especially when many of them are playing out of position.
Our next question will be back with Steve Wine.
Nobody's speaking, so.
Can you hear us, Steve?
I'm sorry. Yeah, I got locked up there for a second. Jim, can you give us a little better sense on the severity of the injuries? Any sign as to how serious it is with Cam, and was Likes, did he make progress this week? Is he getting close, do you think?
Well, Cam, it just happened tonight, and the only thing I know is he pulled a hamstring. To me, that impacts whether you can run. And obviously, game of basketball is like a racetrack. You got to be able to run up and down. So, no, unfortunately, he's probably out a while. Chris Likes is making some progress. Whether he can make it back by Wednesday, the issue is if you haven't even practiced, how effective can you be when you haven't been on the court for 10 or 12 days? And then Matt Cross the same way. He hasn't been able to shoot the ball. How well can you shoot it if you're not, if you're in pain when you shoot?
Couple more questions. Next one will come from Chris Stock.
Going back to the shooting part, were you encouraging your guys to keep shooting? Did you look at it like you got a size advantage? Did you want the ball inside more? Did you talk about that today?
Yeah. First of all, our big guys are not the kind of skilled players that you can just pound it inside. Nasir Brooks, I thought, played perhaps his best offensive game. And we did try to go to him to start the second half because the zone is so packed in. The three-point shots available. It's very hard to tell someone when you're wide open from three not to shoot it. And it's just, unfortunate guys hesitated. Isaiah Wong's a good three-point shooter. Anthony Walker can make threes. He's making them in practice. But when you go, one for your first 17, the defense is not stretching out. They're packing it in. And I think that's why we ended up with two critical turnovers in the paint trying to drive it to the basket. Anthony Walker got picked from behind, and then he got called for a charge late. It's very easy to guard if the guy you're guarding can't shoot, can't make a shot.
Just
And the last question coming from Chris.
Yeah, just a follow-up. You touched on Elijah. There's a report out that the NCAA is going to waive and make guys available, transfers available. What does that do to your team? How much of an impact can Elijah make, and your thoughts on that?
Okay, I'm going to say something. I want to say it in such a way that everybody understands. I'm being a little bit sarcastic, but I'm also very, very concerned about decision-making at the NCAA level. Why would you make a decision like this in the middle of December when the season started? It should have started November 10th. And if you were going to make changes, why aren't you making them like before the season starts? Why are all of a sudden on December the 16th, some committee making the decision whether players who transferred should be eligible or not? We had so much information about COVID and guys being sick, and people having to sit out and others opting out. Hey, I would have liked to have seen us be at full strength, and hopefully if they make the rule and pass the rule that Elijah can play, it would be sure nice to have him for Wednesday. But from what I understand, that decision is not going to be announced until like 5 o'clock on Wednesday afternoon. Are you kidding me? That's a joke. What? People don't have cell phones? They don't have Zoom meetings? We have to wait till the last minute? We play at 6. Can you imagine if I'm telling Elijah, hey, you can play, go get a uniform on, and it's 10 to 6? This stuff is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And you can say, well, we have a lot more information about COVID now. That's garbage. We canceled the basketball season in March. We canceled the ACC tournament. We canceled the NCAA tournament. We don't know this is a serious matter, that we've got people dying and that there's spikes all over the place and that kids are going to get sick and that you need to be as close to full strength as possible. So the answer to the question is, hey, I won't be surprised if they say, oh, no, they can't play. But that would be true. Hey, we're going to make this decision, but we're not going to make it when the season starts. We're going to wait until mid-December and then tell coaches and players, okay, we changed our mind. And then the next step is, in January, they're going to pass the rules that transfers can be eligible right away for next year. How ridiculous. Does that answer the question, by the way? I wasn't sure.
Yeah, the question was about Elijah and about that. I guess I was just wondering what kind of player is Elijah? How much does it help your team, Jim?
Well, right now, I don't know how he'll be on Wednesday. Right now, he's healthy. That's a major plus for us. He's been practicing very hard and very well. He hasn't missed any practices. He is similar to other guys we've had that are 6'5", like a Cam McGusty, like a Sheldon McClellan, Davon Reed. He's in that category, but he hasn't played a single game for us. So you got to wait and see how he's going to do.
All right, that's all the questions we have for Coach L. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jim.